Hey, I'm Steve Post with Wing Nation, and this is a Dry Dean Salute to Champions. This time we're talking California. We're talking NARC King of the West Series. What a rich history the NARC Series has in California, and I'm not sure I realized it until I was kind of putting some notes together for this. It was 1960. There was a place in Calistoga called the Owl Garage. Louis Vermeil was the owner of the Owl Garage. It was called the Owl Garage because race teams, after racing at the big track at Calistoga, would go a couple blocks off the backstretch to the garage. It was the middle of the night, so it was called the Owl Garage. Louis and the group were sitting around in the 1960, and they said, we need a series. And soon after, the NARC Tour was born, and it grew strong, and it was one of the places to be for sprint car racers into the 2000s. But into the 2000s, it kind of lost its luster. It waned a little bit. And at the end of the 2001 season, the NARC series, as it was known at the time, folded. In the interim, some series came along and King of the West kind of took over and kind of picked up and started working forward. And in 2017, the King of the West was starting to really get a rhythm, but they decided that they wanted to do it more as a club than a promoted series. They called it the Northern Auto Racing Club, NARC. NARC was back, King of the West Series, and here we are, rocking and rolling again with the NARC King of the West Series, and overcoming a tough 2020 where they only had 5 races. They came back really, really strong here in 2021. When we look at this season, they had 21 races, started at Stockton in March, ended at Stockton in November, and a whopping 86 drivers attempted to qualify for NARC King of the West Series races. When it was done, Dominic Scelzi picked up the win, 6 wins in the series and the championship. Right after he had wrapped up the series crown in early November, he joined Aaron Evernham and I on Wing Nation, and we'll play that back for you on this episode of Dry Dean Salute to Champions.
Pride.
Passion.
Performance.
We are
Team Dry Dean.
Joining us is the champion of the NARC King of the West Series from Fresno, California. Dominic Scelzi's on the line. Hello, Dominic. How are you?
I'm doing great, guys. How's everybody doing?
We're doing well. What does it feel like to be a champion in the NARC Series?
Man, I'll tell you what, you look at the history with the series and so many amazing drivers throughout the years. Actually, the newest Crown Cup champion being one of them.
Yeah.
A lot of amazing drivers have won the NARC championship over the years. It's something that I'd always dreamed of doing and never really knew if I was going to get a chance. 2015, we were right there in the points hunt, and I broke my back. And then 2019, we were right there and just weren't able to solidify it with the 83 team. And then this year, we just really were good all year long. And, we were able to finally get that championship. So it's a pretty special feeling, that's for sure.
Dominic, I know we've talked throughout the year, you've given a lot of credit to Jimmy Carr, but what has made the difference this year? I mean, 22 wins is pretty spectacular. What has been just the difference for the consistency this year?
I think it's a mixture of 3 things that have really, made us so successful. And number one is for sure Jimmy Carr. And Jimmy's given me an outstanding race car. I mean, I want to say 9 times out of 10, 99% of the time, I feel I have a race car to win. And, we have podiumed, I don't even know how many races this year. With the NARC series alone, we had 12 podiums and 6 wins. So I just feel like our race car is just good every night. I feel like we're competitive every night. We put ourselves in a good position. And when we don't, we're able to recover from it when others sometimes can't. The other thing I think is where I'm at in life. I'm so happy. Everything is going really good for Dominic Scelzi. Things are great. And I'm just in a really good place emotionally. Everything's really good. Got a lot of good stuff going on. We're working really hard here at Scelzi Enterprises, and everything's going great there as well. And then the third thing I think is, and I've brought this up every time we talk, is just getting your ass kicked every week by the Outlaws for so long makes you that much better. And I think now that I'm not really racing with the Outlaws very often, I'm racing at home. I think it shows the speed that you have to be just to make the show with the Outlaws. and be competitive back there in the Midwest is starting to pay off for me here. So I think it's a trio of things, but all three of them are working together, and I'm getting a little bit older now, and everything's working together.
When you talk about that, Dominic, you have walked into pit areas for much of your career knowing that you're likely going to get your butt kicked that night. That's just kind of the nature of when you talk about moving to the Midwest and just struggling. What's it like walking into the pit area now knowing that every eye is going to be on you because you're going to be one of the cars to beat? How does that alter things?
It's amazing. I felt like I take the losing and the winning all in the same way. I want to do it the best I can. So when you do get your butt kicked night in, night out with the Outlaws, you want to be the best version of yourself when you're doing it. You want to make sure that you leave it all out there on the racetrack and you're running your ass off. Boy, oh boy, I can't tell you how hard those guys hit when they kick your butt. But, we only got to race the Outlaws a handful of times this year. And in our own family stuff, we struggled to qualify there one night and then ran really, really strong there. And Chico went from 19th to 7th in almost a green to checkered race. And then in Hanford, we went 12th to 4th. And our steering gear broke in half, and we were able to hold on into second. I mean, no power steering. I'm swimming in fluid. I felt like we were really fast, and every chance we got to race with them. So that made me feel really good. And I think as a driver, I'm getting a lot better. But in reality, when you show up to the races and you know that you have a car capable of winning every night, I want to say the pressure is more than when you're running with the Outlaws, because you're expected to win, and we expect to win. When we go to the races, hey, we're going to win tonight. And if we don't, we didn't do our job. We didn't reach the goal that we had planned when we unloaded. So that's been very fun. It's been something it's been new for me. It's been new to win this many races. I'd won 27 races in 9 years, and we've racked up 22 this season. So, and we still have 8 or 9 to go. So we've got a chance to win possibly 25 main events this year, which is unbelievable. And it's something I hope sticks around for a little while.
Dominic, you talk about how happy you are in life. Things are just working out well, staying in California, winning the championship. But with all the success, is there ever a part of you that thinks, maybe somewhere down the road I want to go back and give that outlaw thing a whirl?
Yeah, every single day and night. I can tell you right now, especially with the new point fund and all the exciting stuff going out on the road, I would love nothing more than to be able to have a shot at going back out there. I think that, and being completely honest, I know that you're not running against Brad Sweet and Donnie Schatz every night, but I feel like I've learned so much about what it takes to win races and what you need to do to be successful. And I know our race car is the best it's ever been. I would love to see where we stack up with them, but unfortunately, with where I'm at in life right now, I'm needed here. And with our family business, my uncle, he's got a lot going on. My dad has a lot going on. There's a lot more falling on me every single day here. So I'm hoping I can still race a lot next year, but it seems like, we got into a big fight yesterday about, just the amount of races. I think we're going to race probably 75 races in total this season. And my dad's looking more like 40 or 50 for next year. And I'm looking at like, hey, let's run 90 to 100. So I'm always trying to run as much as I can. I always will. But, as you get older, that responsibility of not only being a dad, but being an important part of the business and becoming more important every day it kind of takes away from being able to go, hey, why don't we just go spend a month out there or go run the nationals or go do this and that. It's really hard to not be there on Mondays and Fridays. So for me, I would love to get back out there at some point. There's been several conversations of some opportunity of possibly jumping in some really good stuff and being able to travel back there when I can. But it seems like every time a great opportunity comes about, I'm needed more here. So right now, I'm not really sure what my plans are for next year. I know we're going to race in California. I know it's going to be really hard for me to leave, but I would love nothing more than to be able to get back out there and race with the best guys every night.
Exciting stuff, that's for sure. I saw on Twitter you heard your little girl laugh for the first time.
Oh. I did.
I can't even imagine. I remember that. I remember that too. But dude, what a moment!
It was pretty cool. My brother actually called me. He's in town this week, him and his girlfriend Madison, and he's like, "Dude, you're not going to believe it. Stella laughed." And I said, "Oh, well, she's probably just looking at your ugly face." And I got home that night, and they were at my house, and I'm in the kitchen, probably eating dessert or something, and I hear this giggle, and I mean, it was like the world stopped. So that was, man, it's so amazing being a dad. winning any, honest to God, I mean, I'll probably never win the Knoxville National. But I imagine that feeling probably doesn't even come close to just being a parent. I mean, it's amazing the love you have for your kids. And man, oh man, I adore my daughter. I'm just amazed every single day with what she learns. Hearing her laugh was pretty darn cool. Hopefully I can be one of those funny dads. I mean, I dressed up like a dad for Halloween too, so I'm embracing this whole dad thing.
That Halloween costume was amazing.
The best ever,
I mean,
yeah.
where do you even find those jeans and those sneakers?
Probably Gary's.
Yeah.
They're probably your
Amazon
dad's.
has everything.
Oh God! All right, hope he's not
Amazon
listening.
has everything.
Yeah, your dad. That's probably just your dad. I thought at first it was your dad. I'm like, no.
You know, the worst part about that whole Halloween was I got invited to 3 lawn meetings and 2 neighborhood watch meetings. So all the dads really liked it. They didn't realize I was poking fun at them, but everyone's like, "Oh man, I love those New Balances. I got 2 pairs of them." So now I'm going to be the lawn guy of the neighborhood.
Oh my gosh, that is spectacular. Really, really cool. Fun stuff for sure. Outstanding. Good stuff.
Oh, goodness. So any more motorhome adventures? I know.
You know what? Right now we don't have any motorhome adventures, but we do have a Griswold Christmas plan.
Oh, boy.
We're going to take a vacation this winter. I don't even remember where we're going right now, but Gio and Maddie and Nicole and myself and my mom and dad are all going to go, and we're bringing Stelly Bell along with us. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going somewhere where there's going to be snow, so I'm going to tell you right now, I can see it on the writing on the wall now. There's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of Twitter fun, and you know, we've never gone on a family vacation before, so it's going to be really enjoyable to see all the kind of shit we get into, and I'm sure we're going to have plenty of fun, and we're going to run all the neighbors off.
I'm sure you will, and I can't wait to follow along, that's for sure. Dominic, congratulations on all the good things going on in your life. I know we talk sprint car racing here, but with the family business, and more important than all of that, with the family, it's just been so much fun to follow, and we appreciate you giving us a little time out of your busy schedule here today.
Thank you guys so much. It's been an amazing year. I know it's not done yet, but 2022 is going to have to be pretty spectacular to even come close to this year. I'm going to enjoy this and look back on it for the rest of my life, and just be thankful for all that I've been given this year, all the amazing stuff that's happened, and I've been very glad to be able to share it all with you guys along the way.
Pride.
Passion.
Performance.
We are.
We are Team Dryden.
When we look at the top finishers in the point standings for the NARC King of the West Series, it was Dominic Scelzi getting the championship over DJ Netto, Tim Kading, Bud Kading, and Sean Becker. We are top 5. Wins, Dominic Scelzi, his 6 wins, was top on the tour. Justin Sanders had 5. Tim Kading and Corey Day each had 2 wins. And lone race winners on the NARC King of the West Series, DJ Netto, Sean Becker, Billy Ayton, Shane Golovic, Mitchell Facinto, and Mitchell Moles. So a great season for the King of the West Series. And so glad that Dominic Scelzi joined us here on Wing Nation on our Dryden Salute to Champions.